Hi, it's Dan again, rejoining you right where we left off in the last segment. So first, we will just change into our newly cloned project folder, just the top level directory of the project, and we'll run the ICPipeline installer, which is a shell script, as you can see. This first section just shows us some introductory information and optionally in a little more detail if you wish. I'd say this material is worth a look, especially when you're doing this for the first time. The information is definitely relevant to your installation, and we did put some thought into making it worthwhile and useful for you. Next, the installer gives us a chance to verify our AWS profile. This is helpful, particularly if you use multiple named profiles in AWS, which we do, and I always take a second here to confirm that I have my profile setting in order. It's your AWS profile information that will determine where the installer will put your AWS resources. When we next hit enter to proceed here, the installer will perform a system check to verify that its own requirements are in place on the installer system. ICPipeline is essentially a tool for using other tools. They're the same tools most of us use every day. And as you can see, if you're building on the internet computer or gearing up to do so, you probably have all or most of these tools. There is one exception that some users will need to brew install for these purposes. That would be JQ. JQ is a very lightweight JSON parser for Bash, and it's literally a 5-second brew install. Just brew install JQ. And it's an excellent tool to have anyway. So here we see the first thing the installer actually needs us to provide, which is our GitHub authentication token. This only applies if your IC projects, the projects that you'll be using ICPipeline to manage, are stored in private GitHub repos. If so, the framework needs to be able to authenticate with GitHub when fetching your code in order to build and deploy your projects. If, on the other hand, your projects reside in public repos, you can just skip right past this. No token needed. In fact, that's what I will do here, simply because it's simpler than needing to fumble with obscuring my token after the fact.